RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Jack Schmidt Chevrolet, the #1 GM certified dealer in Southern Illinois. Olin Community Credit Union, exceeding member expectations since 1934. Tycon Builders, 25 years of quality construction services. Alton Memorial Hospital, the best health care close to home. United Methodist Village, where living is easy. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Weber Granite City Chevrolet, Buy American. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof.
To Danny Young and Evan Keller. Thomas Upman returns the ball to the 35-yard line. Michael Williams returning for the Comets, gets the ball near the 36-yard line. Tackle on the play by
end over end kick. Someone's got to pick it up.
Right. Well, he picked it up and he returned it about 8 yards. 1st and 10 for the Greenville Comets. They come in at 4-0. And they start in the spread. The quarterback, Todd Eaton, takes the snap, drops to throw. Oh, and he's sacked. Angelo Cross got there. And then also in filling for the tackle was Travis Jones, among others. But Angelo Cross was the first to get to Eaton and throws him for a 7-yard loss.
Eaton never had a chance. He just barely turned around to look at his receiver, and Cross nailed him.
So 2nd and 17, no huddle for the Comets. Eaton takes the snap from the shotgun. Quick pass out to the right side, and he overleads his intended receiver out there, Brad Perry, out at about the 34-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd and long for the Comets. So Eaton will throw the ball a lot. They'll run the no huddle spread. 2 receivers to each side of the field, and the fullback, Brian Dahl, standing back next to Eaton. They line it up from their own 28-yard line, 3rd and 17 for Greenville. Eaton drops to throw. He's got some time. Now being flushed out of there, lets it go downfield, incomplete. Way overleads his intended receiver. And actually the man with the best chance to catch the football was Cecil Brimage for the Explorers, but it landed about 3 yards shy of him. So Eaton is sacked and then goes 0 for 2 on the initial series. And the Comets will punt it away to the Explorers.
Angelo Cross put some real heat on the quarterback, on Eaton.
So the punter stands back at his own 15, gets a good snap, and gets a high short kick away, and the Explorers just get away from it. It takes a Greenville hop inside the Marquette 35, down to the Explorer 31-yard line, and the Marquette offense will take over 1st and 10 right there. So the Comets go 3 and out. And the Explorers offense. We'll see what they can get done against this Comet defense, which has given up only 30 points in 4 games. So not much more than a touchdown per game for the Greenville defense. And the Explorers send Dalton Holm wide to the left side. Derek Sterrett wide right. They've got double wing formation. They put Travis Jones in motion to the right side, and Keenan Eberlin drops to throw off the hands of Brimage and incomplete. The pass was just a little bit high out at about the 38-yard line. And Brimage was in the pattern behind Travis Jones, who was going to throw a block for him and try to spring him down the right sideline.
He was wide open. The ball was thrown behind him.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Explorers. Marquette last week, with Eberlin getting his first start of the season after being injured just before the start of the season, threw the ball quite a bit, and they'll do it again here tonight. Jones in motion to the right side. They give the ball to Travis Jones. There was a hole there, but he couldn't quite explode through it, and he stacked up after a short gain, a gain of about 2, out to the 33-yard line. And he burst through that hole and then I think wanted to put on a move, and by then the Greenville defense closed quickly. So Jones picks up 2. It's going to be 3rd and 8 for the Explorers just outside their own 33-yard line. Just underway here at Public School Stadium. We've played a minute and a half. On 3rd and 8 for the Explorers. Eberlin, quick pass out to the left side, a slant to Hom. He's got first down yardage, fumbles the football, and Greenville recovers at their own 49-yard line. Hom was hit as he crossed the 45, so he had the first down. It was going to be a gain of 12, but he coughed up the football, and Greenville recovered.
There was a little slant in by Hom, who was aligned on the left side, and he was wide open, and he just didn't put it away.
So now the Comets offense back out onto the field, and they start 1st and 10 from their own 49-yard line. And they run a reverse, and it's wide open down the left sideline, out to midfield, and what a dandy tackle there by the Explorer defensive back. And on the tackle, it was Tyler Moore. He was the only one that stayed home. They handed the football to the running back, who took off to the right side. He gave it on a reverse to one of the wide receivers, and it was wide open down the left sideline, except Tyler Moore was there to make the tackle for no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10, and Eaton out of the no huddle. Rolls to his right. He's got his man at the Explorer 45 and down to the Marquette 40-yard line. A gain of 11 and a first down for the Comets. Making the reception there for Greenville was number 14, and that's Michael Kripe. And an 11-yard pickup in the first down of the night for the Comets. 1st and 10 at the Marquette 41-yard line. And they roll the clock. And here's the give to the running back. That's Dahl, the fullback, and right up the middle he goes. Good running room inside the 35, just inside the 35-yard line for a gain of 6 for Dahl. So it'll be 2nd down and 4. Greenville goes with that no huddle. 2 receivers wide to the left side, and they want to throw to the left side, complete it to the running back out of the backfield. He's stacked up and brought down at the 32-yard line after a gain of 3 on that play. Making the reception was number 27, and that's Andrew Maurer. He picked up 3, and it's 3rd and 1 for the Comets at the Marquette 32-yard line. And here is the give to Dahl, the fullback. He's got first down yardage as he weaves his way up the middle inside the 30, down to the 25-yard line, a gain of 6 for Dahl, and another first down for Greenville. And it's going to be quite a workout for the Explorer defense as Greenville runs that no huddle. Maurer now with 2 backs standing beside him in the shotgun, drops to throw, finally finds his man Dahl down the right sideline at the 15, at the 10, at the 5, and spun out of bounds at the 3-yard line. And a big gainer on that play, a gain of 22 after Eaton was under pressure and finally found Dahl, who came out of the backfield, and he was wide open.
He was. He just went through the right side of the line, and no one picked him up.
And now there's a timeout on the field taken by the Explorers as Greenville faces 1st and goal at the Marquette 3. We'll take a timeout as well. 8:25 remaining first quarter. Marquette nothing, Greenville nothing.
Make life easy for yourself at the United Methodist Village.
With no more stairs and no more home upkeep in a spacious apartment or villa home, with no upfront endowment and just 1 monthly fee, you stay in control of your finances. Now that's easy and smart. Countryside living that is fun, neighborly, and only minutes from the Clark Bridge. The United Methodist Village, where living is easy.
I only wish I'd have moved here sooner.
Hi, George Weber. Weber Chevrolet's year-end clearance is underway, making now a great time to save money when you buy and when you drive. Through the end of the month, we are offering the highest sales incentives of the year. And no matter what you hear in the media, believe me, our financing is still as available and aggressive as it's ever been, if not more. Combine that with our great incentives and you have the lowest payments of the year. And that's just the start of the great values at Weber Chevrolet in Granite City, Illinois. Or check us out on the web at WeberGC.com.
Sam Stem along with John Rogers back at Public School Stadium in Alton as Greenville has put together a drive after recovering a Marquette fumble at their own 49-yard line. Greenville driving right down the field, and they have it 1st and goal at the Explorer 3-yard line. Todd Eaton has completed 3 of 5 passes for 36 yards. And they work from the spread. First and goal at the Marquette 3. And here's the give to Dahl, the fullback, and he's stacked up for no gain on the play. And the first defender to meet him there for the Explorers was Brett Greenwell. He stood him up, and others came in and finished Dahl off. Second and goal at the 3 for the Comets. 2 receivers to each side of the field. Eaton in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff to Dahl. Keeps it himself right up the middle. He goes. He's in for the touchdown. They fake the handoff to the fullback, and then Eaton just took it right up the middle. His first carry of the night. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Comets score first here tonight. It comes with 7:55 remaining in the first quarter. And now the extra point attempt. Onto the field to attempt it, Blake Tebby. Out of the hold of Maurer. They line it up. The snap, the spot, the kick. Tebby's kick hits the left upright and goes through. It's good. 7:55 remaining first quarter. Greenville 7, Marquette nothing. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Your kids now have kids of their own. I'm State Farm Agent Tom Lane. With just a simple gift, your grandchildren may experience a lifetime of life insurance. Give me a call at 377-8912 in Bethalto to discuss the many options that are available to provide your grandchildren with a gift of life. For great products and service that are available 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, call me, Tom Lane, at 377-8912.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you use Tycon Builders for any project, no matter how big or small, they don't decide when the job is finished, you do. They won't even accept final payment for your project until you're 100% satisfied. Tycon Builders is a locally owned and operated company, so when they work on a home, they're working on the home of a neighbor, and they want to make sure their neighbors are happy. For home improvements, small or large, call Tycon Builders for a free estimate. 465-7335. Tycon Builders. Cross the bridge to quality.
Andrew Maurer to kick it away for the Comets. Back deep, Jones and Brimage for the Explorers. A bouncing kick picked up by Jones at the 16. Right up the middle he goes. Travis Jones, one man to beat. Jones at the 40, being chased from behind. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Travis Jones. 84 yards for Travis Jones, and the Explorers are an extra point away from tying it. Well, they squibbed the kick. They didn't want to kick it deep to Brimage and Jones, but they squibbed it all the way through the up man, and Travis Jones picked it up, and right up the middle he went. He had 2 men to beat at about midfield, and he just split them and went all the way, 84 yards.
A lot of speed.
So the Explorers now will go for 2 as they don't have a kicker. And Marquette will either lead by a point or trail by a point after this 2-point conversion attempt. Keenan Eberlin under center. Takes the snap, drops to throw. Quick pass to the left side, completes it, and it's good. It's a 2-point conversion. Travis Jones just took that little swing pass out of the backfield. He was hit at about the 1.5-yard line and just kept fighting and got in. And with 7:43 remaining in the first quarter, it's Marquette 8, Greenville 7. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Life is busy, and that's a good thing. Olin Community Credit Union helps me keep up with convenient checking services like free online banking and bill pay, 5 area locations, and free ATMs. They even provide extra deposit insurance to keep my money safe and sound. I know I can count on them, and that helps me give 100% to the people who are counting on me. Call Olin Community Credit Union today or visit them online at olincreditunion.org. Trust me, you'll be glad you did.
What do I have to do to sell you a car?
Roberts Motors, easy to get to, just off Highway 67 or Highway 3 in Alton.
Sam Stem along with John Rogers back at Public School Stadium in Alton. And Coach Rogers, they say speed kills, and it just burnt the Greenville Comets right there.
It did. It really did. It was a nice right up the gut, and no one touched him. He just burst through.
Travis Jones, 84 yards on the kickoff return. That after Greenville put together a 51-yard touchdown drive following the recovery of a Marquette fumble. And the Explorers got the 2-point conversion. And it's 8-7 Explorers, and now Marquette will kick it away. I'm pretty sure this is a soccer player wearing number 1, and maybe we'll find out later on who it is. A high short kick, and the Comets will return from the 22. Oh, Angelo Cross just hammered the return man into the turf at the 30-yard line. He made a hit like that in Vandalia, and he just repeated it here tonight. And that return man saying, who got the number of that bus? Wow. I mean, Cross hit him and had him on the turf and was on top of him in the blink of an eye. So 1st and 10 for the Comets from their own 30-yard line. From the spread, Eaton takes the snap, drops to throw. The Explorers blitz. Being chased is Eaton, and he finally throws it away out of bounds. Cecil Brimage was on top of Eaton as he finally threw that ball from the far sideline. And for all intents and purposes, Eaton threw it away, but Marquette looked like they sent everybody.
Well, they sent a safety or a corner after
It was
him.
Brimage.
Was it Brimage?
And Brimage was the one who finally got there. 2nd and 10 for the Comets from their own 30-yard line. Eaton from the no huddle now takes a snap, hits his man out at the 35, and he's buried immediately. That time, making the reception was Blake Tebby, and making the tackle for the Explorers, Brad Emming. But it brings about 3rd and 5 for the Comets from their own 35-yard line. Again, they go no huddle. And now the Explorers jump as they went with a hard count. And a couple of Explorers jumped into the neutral zone, including Bobby Bloomberg. And that'll be a 5-yard walk-off. Now the officials talking it over like there's some question. And it's going to be offside against the Explorers. The 5-yard walk-off, I think, is going to give Greenville a first down. It should.
I think they're going to be short.
It is a first down. They finally signaled. That's the first penalty of the night. And it's a costly one for the Explorers because it gives Greenville their 4th first down of the night. Greenville went 3 and out on their first possession. Well, now maybe they're going to measure. The referee signaled first down, and I think the linesman on the far side said, I'm not sure, so maybe they'll bring the chains on and measure. Or they're going to say it's 3rd and inches. They're going to say it's 3rd and inches. So it's not a first down. The referee did signal first down, but then I think the linesman on the far side said, hey, that's not across the line, and it needs to be. So 3rd and inches for the Comets, just shy of their own 40-yard line. And they take some time to get lined up here. And finally, the snap back, and the quarterback rolls to the right, being chased, lets it go downfield. He's got his man across midfield down to the Marquette 48-yard line.
Well, that takes brass ones to throw on a 3rd and inches. I have to congratulate Coach Huddleston about that.
It was a 12-yard pickup and the 4th first down of the night for the Comets. 1st and 10 at the Marquette 48. Quick pass out to the left side. He completes it. And the receiver makes a nice move and takes it down inside the 45, down to the 41-yard line. They get a lot of people involved, and that was Dannon Young. Dannon Young, his first reception of the night, and he picks up 7. Eaton missed on his first 2 attempts of the night, and he's only missed 1 since. Now Eaton will hand it off, and here's the fullback Dahl weaving his way up the middle of the Marquette defense, and he picks up a first down as he picks up 10 down to the Marquette 32-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Comets right there. Dahl, 4 carries for 22 yards. That's what you expected on the 3rd and inches, and instead they got a 12-yard completion for the first down. 1st and 10 Comets at the Marquette 32. Now here's the handoff to one of the running backs on the carry that time. It's Blake Tebby. And Tebby picks up a couple down to, well, he picks up only a yard to the 31. They get a lot of people involved on offense. And now they've got trips to the left side, another receiver wide right. Eaton in the shotgun with Dahl standing next to him. On 2nd and 9, Eaton drops to throw under pressure, lets it go, and misses his intended receiver down at the 15-yard line here on the near sideline. The receiver was open. That was number 20, Zach Westfall, but Eaton just overthrew him. And now it brings about 3rd and a long 9 for the Comets just outside the Marquette 31-yard line. But they are in 4-down territory, so they'll have a couple of shots at it here. The Explorers got some good pressure on Eaton early, but lately he's had enough time to get his throws away, except for the rush that came when Marquette blitzed Cecil Brimage. 3rd and 9, Comets at the Marquette 31-yard line. Marquette leading 8-7 midway through the first quarter. Eaton with receivers to both sides of the field, drops to throw. Heavy pressure, and now he's down. He slipped as he went to plant, but it didn't matter because there was Angelo Cross, and Cross with his 2nd sack of the night. And that's an 8-yard loss. So Eaton has been sacked twice for a total of 15 yards and now facing 4th and 20. The Comets will send the punt team onto the field, and Andrew Maurer will stand back at his own 48-yard line in punt formation. Cecil Brimage back deep for the Explorers. And Marquette not 100% certain that the Comets will punt the ball away, so they bring the other deep men up. And this is going to hit inside the 10 and roll down and be downed by the Comets at the 1-yard line. They executed that beautifully.
Very well.
It was a high, short kick. It took a Greenville bounce, and a cover man was down there waiting for the football at the 1, so the Explorers will start in a deep hole. And this is where you love to give it to the fullback, or at least you did. Coach Slaughter pointed that out last week.
Oh, did he?
Well, after Marquette got a big lead in the second half, he said, well, this is what that fullback's for, as Coach Rogers would say. Just pound the fullback. Run the clock. Eat up some yardage. So the Explorers come out double tight, double wing, 1st and 10 from their own 1-yard line. Oh, now they put 2 men in motion. So that's a 2-yard gain as they hand it to Atley. Both wingbacks went into motion, and you can't have 2 men in motion. Now the penalty would be about a foot, half the distance to the goal line. But the Explorers also only gained a couple on the carry.
That once happened to me. The 2 backs went into motion at the same time, and they didn't see each other. They just crashed into him, and I thought we were going to have to bring 2 ambulances out.
The Comets accept the penalty, and
why?
It's about a half yard. Well, the choice was between 1st and 10 and a half or 2nd and 8. And so now the Explorers have it 1st and we'll call it 1st and 11 inside their own 1. Now Eberlin back to throw under pressure in the end zone. Lets it go. Finds Halm at the 5-yard line. And I mean, Halm had 4 Comets around him. And Eberlin, when he let the ball go, I thought, oh my, he's just thrown an interception. But instead he gets a 5-yard pickup. But it was not a well-advised pass.
Well, he tried to hit Holm originally on a slanty, and Holm just kept running his pass route, and Eberlin finally found him.
But Holm was in heavy traffic. Luckily, Eberlin threaded the needle. 2nd and 6 for the Explorers from their own 5-yard line. They put Brimage in motion to the left side and pitch it to Brimage. Brimage tries to cut it back, crosses the 5 and pounds his way out to the 9, maybe the 10-yard line. A pickup of 5 on that carry for Cecil Brimage brings about 3rd and 1. The Explorers have only run 5 plays from scrimmage. On their first possession, they fumbled after 3 plays. And after Greenville converted the fumble into an ensuing touchdown drive. Travis Jones returned the ensuing kickoff for 84 yards for a touchdown. So this is only Marquette's second possession on offense, and now Travis Jones jumps the snap count. Marquette tried to go on a quick count, but Jones was quicker than everybody else. He was 5 yards downfield before the ball was snapped. So Marquette's offense way out of sync.
And they were going to give it to the fullback, and Jones would have had no play in that whole thing.
So the second procedure, an illegal shift and then an illegal procedure, and now Marquette faces 3rd and 6 from their own 5-yard line, and it would behoove the Explorers to convert here and keep this drive alive and not have to punt from their own end zone and give the Comets a short field. But Marquette had a great opportunity facing 3rd and 1. Now it's 3rd and 6. And now they're having trouble, I think, signaling the play in as Eberlin stands and looks to the sideline, and Marquette's going to have to take a timeout. 2:44 remaining in the first quarter. It's Marquette 8, Greenville 7. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
The more your life changes, the more your insurance needs change. I'm Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance. In just minutes, I can conduct a free personal insurance review to help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you, with no costly gaps or overlaps. Interested? Call me, Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance, today at 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
Supplier Pricing Plus at the East Side's newest and one of the largest Chevy dealerships, Jack Schmidt Chevy of Wood River, with 14 acres of selection and more selection. Now all with Supplier Pricing Plus. Save $8,165 on a new 09 half-ton Silverado. A new 09 Malibu LS, just $18,600. Hit the road with Jack Schmidt, with over 14 acres of service, selection, and savings.
Hit the road with Jack
Schmidt Chevy.
Jack Schmidt.
Wood River, Illinois.
The Marquette Explorers, leading 8-7 late in the first quarter, faced 3rd and 6 from their own 5-yard line. And after the Explorer timeout, Marquette sends receivers left and right. They put Jones in motion to the right side. Eberlin drops to throw, hits Brimage at the 10. Brimage cuts it inside to the 15, to the 20, breaks a tackle, crosses the 25, and takes it out to the 27-yard line. And a pickup on that play of 22 yards and a first down for the Explorers. Just a little swing pass to the right side, and Brimage did the rest.
They ought to do that more often. I don't think Greenville has that speed on the outside that can contain guys like Brimage.
Only the second first down of the night for the Explorers. They put the ball down at the 28, actually. 1st and 10 for the Explorers right there. Now they run the wing counter to Brimage. Brimage finds an opening. Brimage left sideline. Brimage to midfield. Cecil Brimage is going to go all the way. 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. Cecil Brimage, 72 yards. And the Explorers add to their lead. They ran the wing counter, and Brimage burst through an opening on the left side of the line, was on the left sideline before you knew it. The Explorers got some nice seal blocks, and Brimage just turned on the afterburners and went 72 yards, was barely touched on the play. And Marquette's lead is now 14-7, and they send the offense out for the 2-point conversion. Eberlin takes the snap and drops to throw. Under pressure, tries to run up the gut and can't go anywhere. So the 2-point conversion attempt fails, but the Explorers now have a kickoff return for 84 yards for a touchdown, and a play from scrimmage, a run by Brimage of 72 yards. And with 2:07 remaining in the first quarter, it's now Marquette 14, Greenville 7. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
There's a long pass. It looks like it's going to be overthrown. Oh, the receiver dashes under the ball and makes the catch. Touchdown!
Where did he get that extra burst of speed? That off-season training really paid off.
Alton Memorial Hospital's Human Motion Institute Sports Performance helps athletes maximize their potential and improve their game. With sports performance training, you'll leap higher, run faster, and throw farther. Learn more at altonmemorialhospital.org. Human Motion Institute Sports Performance, building better athletes.
Hi, George Weber. Weber Chevrolet's year-end clearance is underway, making now a great time to save money when you buy and when you drive. Through the end of the month, we are offering the highest sales incentives of the year. And no matter what you hear in the media, believe me, our financing is still as available and aggressive as it's ever been, if not more. Combine that with our great incentives and you have the lowest payments of the year. And that's just the start of the great values at Weber Chevrolet in Granite City, Illinois. Or check us out on the web at RiverGC.com.
We'll say it again, John Rogers. Speed kills, and Cecil Bramage that time went 72 yards after Travis Jones returned to kickoff 84 yards. And Marquette late in the first quarter leads 14-7. And now the Explorers will kick it away once again. The third kickoff here in the first quarter for Marquette. And it's returned by the Comets right up the middle. And here's a big opening. And this might be a touchdown. One man to beat. That's the kicker. He hits the return man. And finally, somebody comes along and bumps him out of bounds on the return for the Comets. Was number 24, Dannon Young. I don't know who the kicker is wearing number 1. I think he's a soccer player. He got in the way. He didn't make the tackle, but he slowed the return man down enough. But there is a flag on the play all the way back at the 29 of the Comets, and it's going to come back. But we got to find out who that kicker is.
Mr. Irrelevant did the right job, though.
Yes, he did. He showed pretty good form. He just couldn't wrap him up, but he slowed him down enough. And I'm not sure who. I think it was Tyler Moore that came in and finally wrapped up Dannon Young, but it's all for naught because it's a hold against the Comets, and they're going to start 1st and 10 inside their own 20 instead of all the way down at about the Marquette 20. So Dannon Young found a big opening right up the middle, and I actually thought when I looked up and saw the only man he had to beat was this new kicker, who I'm pretty sure is a soccer player, I thought, well, it's over, but it wasn't. And now Eaton will throw on 1st down and throws an incompletion out to the right side intended for his safety valve, the fullback Dahl, who came out of the backfield. And again, the Explorers got a little bit of pressure on Eaton, who now has completed 6 of 11 for 60 yards. You know, Marquette has the only turnover in the ball game. Marquette had, up until that penalty on the kickoff return, the only penalties, and yet they've got a 7-point lead. Now here's the give to Dahl right up the middle, and he's got plenty of running room. Breaking tackle, still on his feet, all the way out to the 41-yard line. And a gain of 22 on that carry for Dahl, and the 6th first down of the night for the Greenville Comets. But that's one of the dangers when you spread the field like they do, and then you give the ball to the fullback. He's got plenty of room. 1st and 10 Comets from their own 41. And they fake the handoff to Dahl. Now they complete the pass out to the right sideline, out at the 40 across midfield to the 45 of the Explorers. And a pickup of 14 on that play. Making the reception was number 23 for the Comets. That's Brad Perry. And the 14-yard pickup gives them another 1st down. 1st and 10, Comets at the Marquette 44. Now here's Eaton keeping it himself after faking a handoff. He takes it inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line. The other thing that you have to be concerned about, John, is the fact that the Explorer defense has been out there all night. When you have a quick strike offense like the Explorers have had here tonight, that defense just turns around and goes right back.
Well, that's what the nice thing is about that type of offense, is that you keep the defense on the field.
Now the Explorers defense jumps, and that's going to be another 5-yard walk-off against Marquette.
Cecil Bramage, I think.
Eaton went with the hard count and drew for the second time tonight, drew the Explorers off, and that'll give the Comets another 1st down. They're 8th here in the first quarter. We're down to 56 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Marquette leading 14-7, but Greenville marching. This drive started at their own 19. They have it 1st and 10 at the Marquette 34. Now Eaton faked the handoff, tries to keep it himself, and he's thrown for a loss of a couple. As that time, the Explorer defense was not fooled by the play fake. It's a loss of 1 for Eaton on that carry. 2nd and 11 at the Marquette 36-yard line, down to 33 seconds and counting. Greenville running the no huddle. It's a spread. Eaton has not taken a snap from under center. He's been in the shotgun all night long. Receivers left and right. A pair of receivers to each side of the field. Eaton rolls to his left. He's got time. Now feeling some pressure. Now he's going to take off with it. He's bumped out of bounds at the Explorer 31-yard line. A gain of 5 on that carry for Eaton. And it stops the clock with 11 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. And it's going to be 3rd and 7 for the Comets. Just outside the Marquette 31-yard line. 2 receivers wide right, 2 more wide left. Eaton operating in the shotgun with Dahl, the fullback, standing next to him. Eaton takes the snap, 3-step drop, quick pass out to the right side, and it's complete. Down the right sideline, inside the 20 to the 15 to the 10 to the 5. That's a touchdown. Making the reception was Brad Perry. And the touchdown pass goes for 31 yards, and I got to tell you, Keenan Eberlin came within an eyelash of picking that one off and going 70 yards the other way. He went for the interception, he didn't get it, and it turned into a 31-yard touchdown for the Comets. And now they can tie it with the extra point attempt. Tebby will line it up. The snap, and now whistles and flags with the snap. And I think maybe the Explorers might have jumped. I saw a movement. No, it's illegal procedure against the Comets, so that will make the extra point attempt 5 yards longer. And Tebby on his first extra point, which was good, hit the left upright, but it went through. That touchdown comes with 1 second remaining here in the, actually 7/10 of a second, but I rounded up. Remaining in the first quarter. This to tie it. The extra point attempt is blocked. It's blocked by the Explorers. Cecil Brimage, I think, in there to block it, so the Explorers maintain their lead. 1 second remaining in the first quarter. The score, Marquette 14, Greenville 13. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
When you use Tycon Builders for any project, no matter how big or small, they don't decide when the job is finished, you do. They won't even accept final payment for your project until you're 100% satisfied. Tycon Builders is a locally owned and operated company, so when they work on a home, they're working on the home of a neighbor, and they want to make sure their neighbors are happy. For home improvements, small or large, call Tycon Builders for a free estimate. 465-7335. Tycon Builders. Cross the bridge to quality.
Make life easy for yourself at the United Methodist Village.
With no more stairs and no more home upkeep in a spacious apartment or villa home, with no upfront endowment and just 1 monthly fee, you stay in control of your finances. Now that's easy and smart. Countryside living that is fun, neighborly, and only minutes from the Clark Bridge. The United Methodist Village, where living is easy.
I only wish I'd have moved here sooner.
Each team has a pair of touchdowns here in the first quarter. Each team 1 for 2 on their extra point attempts, but since Marquette goes for 2 without a healthy kicker, and the Comets have been going for 1, Marquette has a 1-point lead, 14-13. And we'll see how deep Maurer kicks it this time. Last time he kicked it, he squibbed it, but he squibbed it deep, and Travis Jones took it 84 yards. Now Brimage takes it at the 22. Right up the middle goes Cecil Brimage out across the 40 to the 43-yard line, and the Explorers will start the second quarter in good field position. That is the end of 1 quarter of action at Public School Stadium in Alton. It's Marquette 14, Greenville 13. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're now approaching the island of Bora Bora. Enjoy your stay.
This beautiful home contains 8 bedrooms, 2 family rooms, and a private jacuzzi just off the master bedroom.
Hey, anybody up for a cruise in my sweet boat?
What are you going to do with all the money you save from buying your car at Roberts Motors?
Roberts Motors in Alton or online at RiverBender.com.
So we'll retire to the mountains.
Oh, but I love the ocean.
There are places you want to get to in life, like retirement.
And now your State Farm agent can help guide you with the free State Farm Insurance and Financial Review to prioritize your needs and help you plan a roadmap for your financial future.
Come on, nothing beats pine trees.
Except for palm trees.
Call and schedule yours today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Contact Tom Lane to lay out your roadmap to retirement today at 377-8912 across from Gino's 140 Club in Bethalto.
The Explorer offense went 99 yards on 4 plays on their last possession. They start 1st and 10 from their own 43 here, and Keenan Eberlin fakes the handoff up the middle and follows his running back into the hole and crosses the 45 out just shy of the 46-yard line. A gain of 3 for Eberlin on his first carry of the night. And actually, you wouldn't mind seeing a touchdown drive of about 8 plays here to give that defense some rest. Even though a lot of these players go both ways, but when you're on defense and Greenville runs the no huddle, you don't get any time to breathe at all. 2nd and 7, Explorers, quick slant to the right side, and it is intercepted. Intercepted, picked off. There was a collision as the ball arrived. Derek Sterrett was the intended receiver on the slant. And no flag on the play. It looked like Sterrett was hit before the ball got there. But no flag on the play, and the Explorers have just committed their second turnover. As Eberlin throws the interception, he tried to run the slant to the right side to Sterrett. And there was contact just as the ball arrived, but the defender came away with the football. 1st and 10 Comets from their own 49-yard line. So 2 plays and out for the Explorers on the turnover, and the Marquette defense right back out onto the field. Eaton drops to throw. He's got all kinds of time. Lets it go deep down the right sideline. Incomplete. The intended receiver down at the 15-yard line made a diving attempt. That was Zach Westfall. He got behind Eberlin. And actually, Eberlin was step for step with him, but when the ball got in the air, Eberlin stopped. And Westfall kept going, and he made a diving attempt and came up just short. Eaton now 8 of 14 for 105 yards and a touchdown. 2nd and 10 Comets from their own 49-yard line. Todd Eaton takes a snap, hands it to the fullback Dahl. Dahl cuts it back to the left side, and he's finally tackled there by Cecil Brimage as he took it inside the 45 down to about the 43-yard line. That was a gain of 8 on that carry for Brian Dahl. Dahl 6 carries for 52 yards. Call it a gain of 7, and it's going to be 3rd and 3 for the Comets at the Marquette 43-yard line. Eaton now looks over to the far sideline as they may be changing the play here, as Marquette has 8 men in the box here threatening the blitz. And they give the football to Dahl, and Dahl breaks the line of scrimmage, has first down yardage, and then some inside the 35 down to the 33-yard line. A gain of 10 for Dahl, and the 10th first down of the first half for the Comets.
Well, you talk about Eaton looking at the sideline. I think he reads the sideline every play. I think it's being called in by one of the assistant coaches.
1st and 10 Comets at the Marquette 33. Eaton steps up under pressure. Now he's going to run up the left sideline and is bumped out of bounds. Well, he didn't get out of bounds, but on the far sideline, brought down there by Brad Emming after a gain of 5 on that carry for Eaton. And that's another aspect of Eaton's game. If he can't find anybody downfield, as he has 8 times, he'll then run with it. He picked up 5 on first down. 2nd and 5. Comets at the Marquette 29-yard line. They give to Dahl right up the middle. First down yardage. Cecil Brimage finally hits him and needs help to bring him down all the way down at the 11-yard line of the Explorers, and that was a gain of 18 on that carry for Dahl.
Dahl, 6'1", 185, and he runs with his shoulders parallel to the line of scrimmage.
1st and 10 Comets at the Marquette 11-yard line. And now a timeout on the field, and the Explorers, did the Explorers call that? No, that's a Greenville timeout. 9:27 remaining in the second quarter. It's Marquette 14, Greenville 13. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Supplier Pricing Plus at the East Side's newest and one of the largest Chevy dealerships, Jack Schmidt Chevy of Wood River, with 14 acres of selection and more selection. Now all with Supplier Pricing Plus. Save $8,165 on a new 09 half-ton Silverado. A new 09 Malibu LS, just $18,600. Hit the road with Jack Schmidt, with over 14 acres of service, selection, and savings.
Hit the road with Jack
Schmidt Chevy,
Jack Schmidt.
Wood River, Illinois.
Life is busy, and that's a good thing. Olin Community Credit Union helps me keep up with convenient checking services like free online banking and bill pay, 5 area locations, and free ATMs. They even provide extra deposit insurance to keep my money safe and sound. I know I can count on them, and that helps me give 100% to the people who are counting on me. Call Olin Community Credit Union today or visit them online at olincreditunion.org. Trust me, you'll be glad you did.
2 weeks ago, Greenville played at Carlinville, and the Cavaliers led that game 7-6 at the half. Greenville won 32-7, and that's part of what they do. They just wear you down with this no-huddle offense. They wear your defense down, and you got to believe that's going to be a concern here tonight for Marquette. Greenville, let's see, 22, 27, 20... 29 plays from scrimmage, and we're only 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. So the Marquette defense has been out there a lot. 1st and 10 Comets at the Marquette 11. The give to Dahl right up the middle, and he just walks in for the touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown run by Brian Dahl, and the Comets are on the scoreboard once again. And they take the lead. They regain the lead after leading 7-0. They have trailed since that point in time, and now the Comets regain the lead at 19-14, and it appears they'll go for 2 right here. So the second rushing touchdown, it will be a 2-point conversion attempt. And they give it to Dahl, and Dahl up the middle, piles towards the goal line, and he's in for the 2-point conversion. 9:23 remaining in the second quarter. The score now, Greenville 21, Marquette 14. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
There's a long pass. It looks like it's going to be overthrown. Oh, the receiver dashes under the ball and makes the catch. Touchdown!
Where did he get that extra burst of speed? That off-season training really paid off.
Alton Memorial Hospital's Human Motion Institute Sports Performance helps athletes maximize their potential and improve their game. With sports performance training, you'll leap higher, run faster, and throw farther. Learn more at altonmemorialhospital.org. Human Motion Institute Sports Performance, building better athletes.
The more your life changes, the more your insurance needs change. I'm Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance. In just minutes, I can conduct a free personal insurance review to help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you, with no costly gaps or overlaps. Interested? Call me, Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance, today at 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
Ball over and expect to stay in his football.
No, as we said before the start of the ball game, whoever makes the least miscues might come out a winner. And Marquette has put themselves in a situation whereby they've had 2 major mistakes that cost them.
So Andrew Maurer will kick from his own 35-yard line. Jones and Brimage back deep to receive, and now as Maurer was about to approach the football, the ball fell off the tee. So Maurer puts it back up again. It didn't blow off the tee because there's no wind here tonight. The flags are still beyond the west end zone. 9:23 remaining in the second quarter. 21-14 Greenville, and the Comets kick it away, and it's going to be Travis Jones from his own 18. Now he tries to find the left sideline, out to the 30, to the 34, and stacked up right there. 1st and 10 Explorers. So 4 offensive possessions for the Explorers on the night. If you count the kickoff return 4. But the offense out there 3 times and turned it over twice. The other time, a 4-play drive for 99 yards and a touchdown, capped off by the 72-yard touchdown run by Cecil Brimage. The Explorers send receivers left and right. Double wing formation behind Keenan Eberlin. They put Brimage in motion to the left side and give it to the fullback Etley. Right up the gut he goes, out across the 35 to the 38-yard line. A gain of 4 on that carry for Etley, his first carry of the night.
If you're going to run that type of formation, you've got to give it to the fullback, and that'll bring those linebackers in on you, and then go outside, and the pursuit will not catch up.
Only 10 plays from scrimmage for Marquette, 30 for Greenville. 2nd and 6 Explorers. Jones in motion to the right side. They pitch it to Travis Jones. Jones couldn't turn that right corner as Marquette couldn't get the seal block there, and Jones was undecided as to whether to cut it up inside or try to go outside. Finally, he decided to try and go outside, and by then it was too late, and he loses 4. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
That was the wrong decision. The tackle who pulled and tried to kick out could not get there, or the running back, the only hope he had was to cut back inside and then back to the sideline.
Well, and there was an opening inside.
Yes.
It was Will Hart who had the block there, and he did block the guy to the outside, but then Jones tried to take it outside. 3rd and 10 for the Explorers. Brimage in motion to the left side. Eberlin rolls to his right. Eberlin's going to run with the football, but he'll get 4 yards and no more, and the Explorers will have to punt. So Keenan Eberlin rolled to his right, looked downfield, didn't see anybody, and immediately decided to run. Picked up 4.
He only had 1 receiver to that side. Everybody else, all these receivers were over here on the left side.
And now Dalton Holmes stands back in punt formation at his own 25-yard line. So the Explorers will go 3 and out here. Holm gets the kick away, and it's a dandy. A fair catch signaled for and made by the Comets at their own 27-yard line, and they send their offense right back out onto the field. And the Explorer defense, which has only 1 stop here tonight, and that was on Greenville's first possession of the ballgame when the Explorers forced them 3 and out. Now the Marquette defense needs a stop, as the Explorers trail 21-14 with 7:07 remaining here in the second quarter. And Todd Eaton in the shotgun, alone in the backfield, and now whistles and flags with the snap. And let's see what this penalty's all about as they stop to play.
I think the wideout was across the line of scrimmage.
It is procedure against Greenville, only their second penalty of the night. The Explorers have been penalized 4 times. So 1st and 15 for the Comets from their own 22-yard line. They run the no huddle, and they run 3 times as many plays as the Explorers. They lead Marquette by 7. Eaton takes the snap, drops to throw, lets it go over the middle. He's got a man wide open out across the 30 to the 36-yard line before he's bumped out of bounds on the far sideline. That was Zach Westfall, and he just came underneath and picked up 14 yards. 2nd and 1. Eaton completing now 9 of 15 on the night for 119 yards and a touchdown. 2nd and 1 Comets from their own 36-yard line. Eaton takes the snap, keeps it himself right up the middle. He goes, plenty of running room, and he crosses the 45 and takes it out to the 46-yard line. A pickup of 10 on that carry for Todd Eaton. And the problem is for Marquette's defense, when Eaton has thrown 15 times and they put so many receivers out into the patterns, when they do run the football, there's nobody left to make a tackle. So there's lots of running room right up the gut. 1st and 10 Comets from their own 46. Eaton to throw, under pressure. Now flushed out of there, rolling to his left, lets it go downfield and incomplete. The intended receiver was down at the Marquette 35-yard line, but Eaton, under pressure, missed his man who was open at the 35. And it's going to be 2nd and 10. That stops the clock with 6:28 remaining. Everybody's going to be happy for halftime to catch their breath, including me. 2nd and 10 Comets from their own 46. A man in motion to the right side. That's Maurer. The give is to Dahl, the fullback, and as he went to make a cut, he slipped and then was brought down immediately. Steve Etley there to make the tackle after a 2-yard gain by Dahl. Dahl, 10 carries for 92 yards and a touchdown. 3rd and 8 for the Comets from their own 48-yard line. Now Marquette had too many men on the field, but they didn't throw a flag. Either that or they don't have enough now. They complete the pass to Maurer, and he's going to have a first down at the Marquette 43-yard line.
They should have thrown the flag.
A 9-yard pickup on that pass completion from Eaton to Maurer. Maurer makes his 3rd reception for a total of 24 yards. Well, Marquette should have either been penalized or they ended up playing with 10. I'm not sure which. Oh, now, well, they did throw a flag, and they signal illegal participation by Marquette, but Greenville declines the penalty. I never saw the flag.
Either died.
1st and 10 Comets at the Marquette 42-yard line with 5:51 remaining in the half. Eaton drops to throw, under pressure, being chased, lets it go downfield. He's got his man who's hit immediately and dropped down at the Marquette 23-yard line, but it goes for a completion of 19 yards from Maurer to, I believe that was Westfall. .147 yards passing now for Eaton. And I believe that's 14 first downs in the first half unofficially. 5.5 minutes remaining and counting here in the first half. 1st and 10 Comets at the Marquette 24. Eaton back to throw. He's got his man. It's underneath. He's still on his feet, weaving his way through the Marquette defense. Making that reception was Brad Perry, and he takes it down to the 16-yard line. That was a gain of 8.
That was that little wide out screen. It just comes right down the line of scrimmage.
Now here's the running play. This is Dahl. Dahl finds the right sideline at the 5. Dives for the pylon and no signal. And they're going to say he's out just shy of the goal line. I think that's the wrong call. I think he was in as he went right over that pylon. But nonetheless, 1st and goal for the Comets after the 23-yard run by Dahl. And the 15th first down of the night. I think Dahl was actually in, but it's 1st and goal. Comets trying to make it a 2-touchdown lead at the Marquette 1-yard line. And it's going to be Eaton faking the handoff to Dahl, and he just runs it in the 1 yard for the touchdown. Eaton's 2nd touchdown run of the night. And the Comets now have a 2-touchdown lead with 4:41 remaining here in the first half. And while Marquette's defense has given up 4 touchdowns, you can blame most of it on the offense, which just can't hang on to the football. And now a timeout on the field. Greenville takes a timeout prior to the conversion attempt. 4:41 remaining in the half. Greenville 27, Marquette 14. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Make life easy for yourself at the United Methodist Village.
With no more stairs and no more home upkeep in a spacious apartment or villa home, with no upfront endowment and just 1 monthly fee, you stay in control of your finances. Now that's easy and smart. Countryside living that is fun, neighborly, and only minutes from the Clark Bridge. The United Methodist Village, where living is easy.
I only wish I'd have moved here sooner.
Hi, George Weber. Weber Chevrolet's year-end clearance is underway, making now a great time to save money when you buy and when you drive. Through the end of the month, we are offering the highest sales incentives of the year. And no matter what you hear in the media, believe me, our financing is still as available and aggressive as it's ever been, if not more. Combine that with our great incentives and you have the lowest payments of the year. And that's just the start of the great values at Weber Chevrolet in Granite City, Illinois. Or check us out on the web at RiverGC.com.
Back at Public School Stadium in Alton. And Greenville took the timeout after scoring the touchdown. So the Comets now have run 3.5 times as many plays as the Explorers, and that's due in part to the fact that has had 1 3 and out, another time 2 plays and a fumble, or 2 plays and an interception, another time 3 plays and a fumble, and you can't leave that defense out there on the field that long against a hurry-up offense.
Well, usually when you run that spread offense, you score so quickly that your defense is on the field a heck of a long time.
But not so tonight. It's been the Marquette defense out there. And now the 2-point conversion attempt by the Comets, who already lead by 13. And Eaton in the shotgun takes a snap. He'll keep it himself, trying to run it in, looking for a hole to the left side, and he's in for the 2-point conversion. Todd Eaton increases the Greenville lead. It's now the Comets 29, the Explorers 14. And we'll see what the Explorer offense can do here late in the first half. 4:41 remaining until halftime, and the Comets with the 15-point lead. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Honey, who does our car insurance?
State Farm.
And what about our house?
State Farm, too.
And what about our life insurance?
Why do you ask?
Well, I've got something to tell you.
Bringing new life into the world is one of many great reasons to talk about life insurance. So contact your State Farm agent today. They'll help you choose the right coverage.
Contact Tom Lane to discuss all of your life insurance needs at 377-8912 across from Gino's 140 Club in Bethalto.
When you use Tycon Builders for any project, no matter how big or small, they don't decide when the job is finished, you do. They won't even accept final payment for your project until you're 100% satisfied. Tycon Builders is a locally owned and operated company, so when they work on a home, they're working on the home of a neighbor, and they want to make sure their neighbors are happy. For home improvements, small or large, call Tycon Builders for a free estimate. 465-7335. Tycon Builders. Cross the bridge to quality.
Greenville and Marquette, and now the Comets lead it 29-14. The Explorers had leads in this ball game of 8-7 and 14-13. But the last 16 points now being scored by the Comets. And Andrew Maurer has the ball teed at his own 40-yard line to kick it away to the Explorers. And it'll be a short kick that goes out of bounds on the far sideline, and the Explorers will start in good field position. Now, the Explorers need to look at the next sequence of events this way. 4:41 to halftime. If Marquette can put a drive together and get on the scoreboard, Marquette gets the first possession of the second half. And if they can score here, they could ostensibly be coming out in the second half with an opportunity to take that second half kickoff and tie this football game. So this is an important possession right here. Marquette has one touchdown drive of 99 yards. And then they return to kickoff for a touchdown. Here is the give on the wing counter to Cecil Brimage. Brimage right up the middle trying to shake a tackler. Takes it out to the 30-yard line for a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Explorers. And with Brimage back there, you're always just a step away from seeing him break another one. He's already got a 72-yard touchdown run. 2nd and 5, Explorers just shy of their own 30. Jack Miller wide to the left side. Derek Sterrett wide right. Double wing formation behind Eberlin. They put Brimage in motion to the left side and run the wing counter to Travis Jones. He fumbles the football, and Greenville says they've got it. If so, it'll be the third Marquette turnover of the night. And it is Greenville's football. So for the third time tonight, the Explorer offense turns it over. Fumbles by Holm and Jones. And an interception thrown by Eberlin.
You just can't do that. And I don't care who you're playing. You're playing the Little Sisters of the Poor. If you turn that ball over 3 times, you don't deserve to win.
Well, Marquette turned it over 3 times in the first half against Pana and dug a hole so big they never dug out of it. Now Brian Dahl on the carry, takes it from the 25 down to the 20-yard line. Dahl unofficially 12 carries for 120 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Comets. And this is a potent attack by the Greenville Comets. They've passed for 154 yards and run for about that much too. Dahl now trying to sweep the left side, puts on a nice move, has first down yardage inside the 15 down to about the 13-yard line. A gain of 7 on that carry for Dahl. And another first down, the 16th of the first half by the Comets. And they stopped the clock to move the chains with 3:25 remaining. So now Marquette fighting for its life here because if Greenville goes up by 3 touchdowns before the half, it might be a tough second half. Marquette with 5 offensive possessions in the first half, 3 turnovers, a 3-and-out, and a touchdown drive. Now here's Dole trying to sweep the right side, makes a move at the 15 and takes it down to the 10 before being tackled there by Travis Jones. A gain of 4 on that carry for Dahl.
Everyone got cracked back on the official there, did not call it.
2nd down and 6 for the Comets at the Marquette 10-yard line. Eaton takes the snap, wants to throw. The slant to the left side, and he threw it short. Incomplete. He had his receiver open inside the 5-yard line and just made a poor throw that time. It's the 20th time tonight he's thrown the football. Eaton 12 of 20 for 154 yards and a touchdown. Marquette yet to force a turnover while committing 3 themselves. 3rd and 6 Comets at the Marquette 10-yard line. Look out for the hard count here. They give it to Dahl. Right up the middle he goes. Dahl on his feet. Dahl into the end zone for the touchdown. Brian Dahl, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Comets have a 3-touchdown lead. Well, they've got that Marquette defense worn down already, and it's not even halftime.
It may be a short second half. Boy, this is going, Sam.
Greenville now will try to kick the extra point, leading 35-14. Blake Tebby out of the hold of Andrew Maurer. Tebby 1 for 2 in extra point attempts so far tonight. The snap, the spot, the kick, it's up, it's high, it's long, and it's good. 2:34 remaining in the first half. Marquette trailing Greenville. It's the Comets 36, the Explorers 14. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Life is busy, and that's a good thing. Olin Community Credit Union helps me keep up with convenient checking services like free online banking and bill pay, 5 area locations, and free ATMs. They even provide extra deposit insurance to keep my money safe and sound. I know I can count on them, and that helps me give 100% to the people who are counting on me. Call Olin Community Credit Union today or visit them online at olincreditunion.org. Trust me, you'll be glad you did.
What do I have to do to sell you a car?
Roberts Motors, easy to get to, just off Highway 67 or Highway 3 in Alton.
The Marquette Explorers at one point in this first half led Greenville 14-13. The Comets have scored 23 unanswered points, due in part to 3 Marquette turnovers. And the Explorers now find themselves trailing 36-14 with still 2:34 remaining here in the first half. Game 2 of our doubleheader Play-by-play doubleheader here tonight. Alton at Granite City. Alton doesn't want to think about East St. Louis after that drubbing a couple of weeks ago. Cecil Brimage from his own 15, out across the 25, spinning off a tackle out to the 29-yard line. And the Explorer offense, which has been inconsistent at best, will take the field once again. Marquette's two touchdowns. An 84-yard kickoff return by Travis Jones after Greenville had taken a 7-0 lead. Jones went 84 yards with the ensuing kickoff. Marquette led 8-7. And then the Explorers added to that lead, as later on it was a 99-yard touchdown drive on 4 plays, but that's been the Marquette offense. Now Eberlin drops to throw under pressure, rolling to his right. Keenan Eberlin will run with it, crosses the 30 and takes it out to the 34. A gain of 5 on that carry for Keenan Eberlin.
That was a quarterback keep all the way because the wideout was blocking the left corner for Greenville.
2nd down and 5 for the Explorers from their own 34-yard line, down to 2 minutes and counting remaining in the first half. Double wing formation, receivers left and right. Here's the give with the football. It's Cecil Brimage. Brimage trying to sweep the left side, has first down yardage out across the 40 to the 42-yard line. A gain of 7 on that carry for Cecil Brimage, and the 4th first down for the Explorers. They hid the ball well. I thought at first they had given it to the fullback Etley, but instead they gave it to Brimage, and now Brimage comes up gimpy and limps off the near sideline. Receivers left and right, double wing formation as now Halm moves to a wingback position. And a quick pass to Halm up the right sideline. Halm across midfield. Dalton Halm still on his feet inside the 30 all the way down to the 22-yard line. Dalton Halm, 34 yards on that reception. And a first down for the Explorers, and they're in business.
It was just a little fly pass out in the flat there that they ran off the corner with a wideout, and Halm just came right underneath there, and the quarterback nicely played it.
Eberlin delivered a nice pass with touch on it, and Halm found the sideline and took it all the way down. We'll call it the 23, 1:21 remaining in the half. 1st and 10 Marquette right there. Back to throw Eberlin. Looking down the left side, he's got Derek Sterrett. Oh, and he couldn't bring it down, and it's intercepted by the Comets, and they return it back the other way out across the 25 to the 30 to the 40-yard line. Sterrett went high, got his hands on it. It went off his hands. It was picked off at the 1-yard line. And the Comets brought it all the way back out to the 40-yard line, so the 4th turnover of the night for the Explorers. The 2nd interception thrown by Keenan Eberlin. Sterrett very nearly went high and brought it down, but couldn't quite hang on. The pass was delivered just a little too high. Otherwise, the Explorers might have a touchdown on the play.
Plus, it was thrown in double coverage. It should have never been thrown.
1:09 remaining. 1st and 10 Comets. Eaton back to throw. Under pressure, now he'll run with it out across the 40 and bumped out of bounds at the 44-yard line. A gain of 4 for Eaton. Second down and 6. Greenville from their own 44-yard line. The clock stopped with 1:02 remaining. And with this high-powered offense, Greenville has plenty of time to go the additional 56 yards they need for a score. Eaton back to throw. He's got time. Steps up, looking downfield, lets it go. Has his receiver at the 40, inside the 40, down to the 37 of the Explorers. But there's a penalty flag down, and it's going to be a hold against the Comets. So instead of having the football in Marquette territory at the 37, they're going to be all the way back at their own 25-yard line. And that's Greensville's biggest mistake of the night. Well, just when you thought Marquette might get into the end zone, their 4th turnover of the first half, puts Greenville in a position where they thought they might be able to go down and get something done. Now 52 seconds remaining in the half. It's going to be 2nd and 20 for the Comets from their own 25-yard line. Greenville's 3rd penalty of the night. The Comets with 25 consecutive regular season victories. And Marquette has never beaten Greenville since the formation of the South Central Conference. The Comets 6-0 against the Explorers since that time. Eaton back to throw. That ball is tipped and incomplete. In there putting some pressure on for the Explorers was Jack Miller. And he got a hand on it. And the pass fell incomplete. So now 3rd and 20. And let's see if Greenville runs it here to just run some time off the clock in case they have to punt it away to the Explorers. Marquette with no timeouts remaining. They give it to Dahl. Right up the middle he goes. Look out. Dahl still on his feet out across the 35 to near the 40-yard line. He picked up 15 on the carry, and it's going to be 4th and 5 for the Comets, and let's see if they go here. I think they will. With just 30 seconds and counting remaining. Now they're going to send the punt team out. And if they're smart, they'll kick it out of bounds. There's no sense kicking it to Cecil Brimage and giving him a chance to go all the way. Clock still ticking now with 13, down to 10. And let's see if Greenville takes a delay. They will. So 4th and 5 will become 4th and 10, and they'll snap the ball with 6 seconds remaining. And now if you're the Explorers, you got nothing to lose by trying to field this punt and returning it. Because even if you were to turn it over, time would expire. And if you're Greenville, I say kick it out of bounds. What would you do? Punt?
Which side are you talking about?
Well, if I'm Greenville, I'd kick it out of bounds so there's no way that Jones or Brimage can return the kick. If I'm Marquette, no matter what, I try to return it because even if you end up fumbling the football, time's going to expire and the half would end.
Kick it out of bounds.
Well, Marquette's going to go for the block, apparently, as they have 11 men up on the line of scrimmage. So look out for the fake, because if they throw a pass over the line of scrimmage, but they do kick it, and Brimage will just let it hit. Why he didn't come up and field it, I do not know, and the half will end. So, after one half of action here at Public School Stadium, wait a minute, there's a flag on the play. And if this flag is on Greenville, it's a personal foul against the Comets. And a personal foul against Marquette offsetting, and that'll end the half, I believe.
It should.
So everybody was leaving the field, and they blew the whistles and called everybody back and then signaled personal fouls against both teams. So now will they say they have to run another play or not? That's what the officials are trying to decide. Or would the offsetting penalties just end the half? Marquette's lobbying to make him kick it again.
Well, there's no time.
No, there isn't, but the officials now still one official over talking with each coach, and that's the end of the half. So, at the end of one half of action here at Public School Stadium in Alton, the score, Greenville 36, Marquette 14. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Jack Schmidt Chevrolet, the #1 GM certified dealer in Southern Illinois. Olin Community Credit Union, exceeding member expectations since 1934. Tycon Builders, 25 years of quality construction services. Alton Memorial Hospital, the best health care close to home. United Methodist Village, where living is easy. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Roberts Ford, The value store since 1949. Weber Granite City Chevrolet. Buy American. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance. All your protection under one roof.
Harrison.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 1
major. Kylie Evans and Philip Schrank. Our next Queen candidate is Amy Nicole Woolner. Amy is the daughter of Ken and a member of the soccer team for 4 years, the volleyball team for 2 years, cheer leadership for 3 years, and the soldiers for 2 years. A member of the newspaper staff for 3 years, the breast cancer awareness for 5 years, and the international club for 2 years. She attended Lewis and Clark Community College, then transferred to a 4-year college, majoring in psychology. Amy is escorted by King candidate Patrick Michael Crutcher. Pat is the son of Michael and Nancy Crutcher. He's been a member of the soccer team for 4 years and has played hockey for 2 years. He is undecided on a college, but plans to major in construction management. Amy Woolner and Pat Crutcher. Our next Queen candidate is Stephanie Renee Roberts. Stephanie is the daughter of John and Tanya Roberts. She's been a member of the tennis team for 4 years, student council for 4 years, National Honor Society for 2 years, an ambassador for 2 years, a member of peer leadership for 2 years, staff for 2 years, Stephanie is escorted by King candidate Edward James Barrett. Ed is the son of Edward and Nancy Barrett. Been a member of student council for 3 years, the fall play for 2 years, been in the spring musical for 3 years, played basketball for 2 years, football for 2 years, a member of the tennis team for 1 year, soccer for 2 years, the yearbook staff for 2 years, and the Growth Association for 2 years. He plans to attend Lewis and Clark Community College, then transfer to a 4-year university, majoring in psychology, minoring in mass communications. Stephanie Roberts and Ed Barrett. Our next Queen candidate is Caitlin Frances Hayes. Katie is the daughter of David and Julie Hayes. She's been a member of the soccer team for 4 years, the tennis team for 4 years, the cheerleading squad for 1 year, student council for 4 years. She is currently the student council vice president, a member of the yearbook staff for 2 years, staff for 4 years, students for soldiers for 4 years, and an ambassador for 4 years. Katie is undecided on a college, but plans to major in psychology or social work. Katie is escorted by King candidate Cecil Montez Brimage. Cecil is the son of Diane Walker and Cecil Brimage. He's been a member of the football team for 4 years, the basketball team for 4 years, track for 3 years, and the baseball team for 1. Cecil is undecided on a college, but plans to major in nursing. Katie Hayes and Cecil Brimage. Our final Queen candidate is Patricia Marie Militello. Patricia is the daughter of Donald and Teresa Militello. She's been a member of the volleyball team for 4 years, peer leadership for 4 years, SAD for 4 years, an ambassador for 4 years. Students for soldiers for 2 years, the yearbook staff for 2 years, and Pride for 1 year. Trisha is undecided on a college, but plans to major in interior design. Trisha is escorted by King candidate Bryce Taylor Smith. Bryce is the son of Tim and Sydney Smith. He's been a member of the basketball team for 4 years, the football team for 3 years, and the baseball team for 1. He is undecided on a college and plans to major in physical therapy. Trisha Militello and Bryce Smith. The homecoming king and queen will be crowned tomorrow evening at 10:30 in the school gym. Doors open at 10:15. Good luck to all of our candidates.
are right beforehand.
To-do lists rarely need more to do. So, at American Family, we offer a variety of products at affordable prices with the convenience of a single agent. From auto and homeowners to business and life insurance. This is Gerard Fisher with American Family Insurance. Give me a call at 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
Supplier Pricing Plus at the East Side's newest and one of the largest Chevy dealerships, Jack Schmidt Chevy of Wood River, with 14 acres of selection and more selection. Now all with Supplier Pricing Plus. Save $8,165 on a new 09 half-ton Silverado. A new 09 Malibu LS, just $18,600. Hit the road with Jack Schmidt, with over 14 acres of service, selection, and savings.
Hit the road with Jack
Schmidt Chevy.
Jack Schmidt.
Wood River, Illinois.
Well, Steve Porter was right. Greenville has scored 29 unanswered points because Marquette at one time led 14-6. So 29, well, 14-7 it was. And so they've scored 29 unanswered points. And as we get ready to start the second half, Greenville will kick it away to the Explorers. Jones and Brimage back deep to receive. And Cecil Brimage will pick the bouncing ball up at his own 13. Out across the 20, tries to put a move on and slips down just shy of the 25-yard line. And the Explorers will start 1st and 10 right there. So Marquette had a 14-7 lead. And the Comets have outscored the Explorers 29-0 since that point, and now Marquette will try to find a way to get back on the scoreboard. Well, you just need to come out and put something together, get some points on the board, and then maybe you can force a turnover, and next thing you know, it's a tight ball game again. But the Explorers need to find a way to keep that offense on the field. For only the second time tonight, they hand the ball off to the fullback, Steve Etley, and he crosses the 30 and takes it out to the 33-yard line, a gain of 8 on that carry. Back to basics. And I know you like that, Mr. Rogers.
Yes, I do.
Establish that fullback.
Establish that fullback, and everything else will play off that.
2nd and 2 for the Explorers. Double wing formation. Miller wide left. Halm wide right. Eberlin puts Brimage in motion to the left side, and they fumble the snap, and let's see who's on this football. And that time, I think Eberlin either pulled out too soon or the center was late in getting it up. I think Eberlin pulled out too soon. He covered the football, no gain on the play, and it's going to be 3rd and 2. So the Explorers have had trouble hanging on to the football tonight. 4 turnovers in the first half, and very nearly another disaster there. 3rd and 2 for the Explorers from their own 33. They give it on the jet play to Brimage. He turns that left corner, and he's going to be brought down shy of the first down. He needed 2. He got 1. And now Brimage is down and injured, and they'll stop the clock and attend to him. And Marquette will face 4th and less than a yard. So Brimage now 5 carries on the night for 90 yards. He gets up and walks off the field. So he may have just had the wind knocked out of him. And Marquette appears that they're going to leave the offense on the field facing 4th and 1 from their own 34-yard line. Keenan Eberlin came over to the near sideline to get a play. Miller wide left. Derek Sterrett wide right. Halm will be the right wing back, filling in for Brimage. They put Jones in motion to the right side, give the football to Etley, and he has the first down as he crosses the 35 and takes it out to the 37-yard line. First down for the Explorers, only their 6th of the night. Etley now 3 carries for 15 yards.
Well, Etley is a nice ball carrier, but I think it's a little bit late when you're down 36-14 to try to establish the fullback.
Receivers left and right. Double wing formation. Jones in motion to the right side. They give it to Etley once again. Good yardage out across the 40 to the 42-yard line. A gain of 5 on that carry for Etley. 2nd and 5 for the Explorers from their own 42. Just 2.5 minutes now into the third quarter. Marquette trailing 36-14. They once led 14-7. On the second down play, Miller wide left. Sterrett wide right. They give it once again right up the middle, and that is Etley on the carry, and he's going to be close to a first down, just shy, as he picked up 4, and it's going to be third and less than a yard. And now they stop the clock. Maybe they'll even measure. They determine apparently they don't need to. They just wanted the referee to come over and take a look. Third and about a foot for the Explorers at their own 46-yard line. Now Brimage back into the football game. And Jack Miller checks out. That means Halm will move from a wingback position back out to wide receiver. Receivers left and right, double wing formation. Eberlin under center. Here is the give right up the middle. That's the fullback. That's Steve Etley, and he's got a first down out near the 49-yard line. A gain of about 3 on that carry. The second first down of this possession. The 7th of the night for the Explorers.
What did Utley have? 1 carry in the first half?
1 carry in the first half for 4 yards. Now he's carried 5 times here on this possession for an additional 23 yards. And picked up 2 first downs. The clock rolling with 8.5 minutes remaining. Halm wide left, Sterrett wide right. 1st and 10 Explorers from their own 49. Eberlin back to throw. And it's intercepted by the Comets at the 45, at the 40, down to the 30, down to the 20, and all the way down to the 15-yard line. That was the right defensive end as they tried to just run that little swing pass for Jones out to the left side. And the defensive end put his big paw up there, tipped it up in the air, grabbed it at about midfield. And there is a flag on the play lying at the Explorer 36-yard line. Probably an illegal block by Greenville on the return. That defensive end, I think that was Alex Childerson. It's unsportsmanlike conduct against the Explorers. So it will be the big return by the man with the interception. That's the Explorers' 5th turnover of the night. The 3rd interception thrown by Keenan Eberlin. And now from the spot at which the return ended, at the 16, they're going to walk off half the distance to the goal line. And Greenville will start 1st and goal at the Marquette 8-yard line. Well, Greenville, that defensive end knew what was coming there. Just held his ground and put his paw up.
Well, the receiver came out, and the thing is that it should have been thrown over his outside shoulder. It was thrown over his inside shoulder, and that's where the interception came.
So they spread the field. 1st and goal for the Comets at the Marquette 8-yard line. Todd Eaton in the shotgun, as he has been all night. He's got 2 backs back there with him, and they hand it to Dahl. Brian Dahl on the carry, takes it inside the 5 down to the 4-yard line. Dahl now with 160 yards rushing on 17 carries. 2nd and goal for the Comets at the Marquette 4-yard line. And they stay in the hurry-up. Eaton calls out the signals, takes a snap, gives it to Dahl, and he just dives into the end zone for the touchdown. Brian Dahl from 4 yards out. So another Marquette turnover leads to another Greenville score. It comes with 7:48 remaining in the third quarter and makes it 42-14. And now Blake Tebby will attempt the extra point out of the hold of Andrew Maurer. That's Dahl's 2nd rushing touchdown. Eaton has 2 rushing touchdowns. So Tebby out of the hold of Maurer for point number 43. The snap, the spot, the kick, up high, long, and good. 7:48 remaining in the third quarter. The score now, Greenville 43, Marquette 14. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Hi, George Weber. Weber Chevrolet's year-end clearance is underway, making now a great time to save money when you buy and when you drive. Through the end of the month, we are offering the highest sales incentives of the year. And no matter what you hear in the media, believe me, our financing is still as available and aggressive as it's ever been, if not more. Combine that with our great incentives and you have the lowest payments of the year. And that's just the start of the great values at Weber Chevrolet in Granite City, Illinois. Or check us out on the web at RiverGC.com.
There's a long pass. It looks like it's going to be overthrown. Oh, the receiver dashes under the ball and makes the catch. Touchdown!
Where did he get that extra burst of speed? That off-season training really paid off.
Alton Memorial Hospital's Human Motion Institute Sports Performance helps athletes maximize their potential and improve their game. With sports performance training, you'll leap higher, run faster, and throw farther. Learn more at altonmemorialhospital.org. Human Motion Institute Sports Performance, building better athletes.
With John Rogers back at Public School Stadium in Alton, 5 Explorer turnovers, leading pretty much directly to 4 of Greenville's 6 touchdowns. And the Explorers, who once led 14-7, now trail 43-14. That makes it 36 unanswered points by the Greenville Comets, who look to extend their regular season winning streak to 26 games. This kickoff taken by one of the up men for the Explorers, and still on his feet, the return man out across the 40. He's taking a pounding, and I believe that's Dalton Holm.
Right.
And Holm paid a big price for the last 5 yards. He must have been hit 6 times.
Looked like a pinball.
He did, but he would not go down until he had crossed the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 Explorers from the 41. Well, Marquette, on that last possession, was methodically moving the football, primarily with the fullback. And then, once they got out near midfield, tried to throw the football and threw an interception. Their 3rd of the night, their 5th turnover of the night. And 2 plays later, Greenville was in the end zone. 1st and 10 Explorers from their own 41-yard line. And here is Keenan Eberlin on the keeper up the left sideline, crosses midfield, and bumped out of bounds at about the 49 of Greenville. And I think Eberlin might have a first down. It is a first down, only the 8th of the night for the Explorers, but they're 3rd here in the second half. So Eberlin 11 on that carry. 1st and 10 Explorers at the Comet 48-yard line. The clock stopped with 7:34 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Greenville with a 29-point lead. Jones in motion to the right side. They pitch it to Travis Jones. Jones trying to turn that right corner, and he can't, but he gains a few on the carry. Took it down to the 45 of the Comets, a gain of 3 for Travis Jones. Brimage was out in front. Brimage threw a block, but Jones just couldn't turn the corner.
Well, I tell you what, the defensive side of the line for the Comets there played it exceptionally well to string that thing out. That's what you do with that type of running attack.
2nd down and 7 for the Explorers at the 45 of Greenville. Brimage in motion to the left side. Eberlin rolls to his left. He wants to throw, but he's sacked. He couldn't get it away. And he's brought down for a loss on the play. Let's see where they're going to give him forward progress to his own 46-yard line. And it becomes a loss of 9 on the sack. That'll be 3rd down and 16 for the Explorers from their own 46. Well, Marquette has completed 4 of 8 passes for 73 yards, but they've thrown 3 interceptions. And Eberlin was just sacked for the first time. Now here is the give to Cecil Brimage trying to turn to left corner. Brimage makes a move at midfield and is pounded to the turf at the 49 of the Comets after a gain of 5 on that carry, and it's going to be 4th down and 11 for the So the passing game has not been good to the Explorers here tonight, accounting for 3 of the 5 turnovers. 4th and 11 for the Explorers from the 49 of the Comets, and they keep the offense on the field. Halm wide left, Sterrett wide right, double wing formation. Eberlin drops to throw. He's got some time now. He's under pressure, and he's sacked. He lost the football, and they're going to say it's a fumble. I thought he was on the ground before the football came out, but it really doesn't matter because Greenville is going to get the football either way at the 41 of the Explorers, but they call it a fumble, so that officially will be
number 4.
Marquette's, well, it's their 3rd fumble lost and their 6th turnover of the night. 6 turnovers against the Greenville Comets. They're lucky they only trail by 4 touchdowns. 1st and 10 Comets at the Marquette 41-yard line. Todd Eaton in the shotgun hands the football to Brian Dahl, and Dahl is brought down for a loss on the play, as that time he never got started. Angelo Cross hit him immediately after he took the handoff, and it's a loss of 2 on the play by Dahl, who hasn't lost yardage much this evening. 19 carries for 162 yards for Dahl. 2nd down and 12 for the Comets. They stay in the spread. Eaton in the shotgun takes the snap. 3-step drop. Quick pass out to the left side. Hits Maurer inside the 40. Down to the 36-yard line. A gain of 7 on that completion. The first completion of the second half for Eaton. Maurer's 4th reception of the night for a total of 31 yards. 3rd and 5 Comets at the Marquette 36-yard line. Eaton takes the snap. Quick pass out to the left side. He's got his receiver good for a first down. All the way down to the Marquette 22-yard line. That completion good for 14 yards and another first down for the Comets. 175 yards passing for Greenville. Dannon Young made that reception, his 2nd of the night, for a total of 21 yards. 1st and 10 Comets at the Marquette 21-yard line. Here's the give on the carry down inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And with the football that time, it was Maurer. And Maurer picked up 8 on the carry. And they stay in the hurry up, leading 43-14 with 3:45 remaining in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 2 Comets at the Marquette 14-yard line. Here's the give to Maurer once again, and Maurer this time may have picked up a yard, and it's going to be 3rd and 1. Maurer slipped as he took the handoff. So 3rd and 1 for the Comets at the Marquette 13-yard line. The Explorers next week back on the road. They make the trip to Litchfield. And the Purple Panthers came into this week's action at 3-1. Now they will measure for the first down, and the Comets are
short,
about 2 inches short. So it look like 2 inches or 3 inches to you?
Looked like about 3 to me.
So they'll reset the football, and the Panthers, without a huddle, they haven't huddled all night, have they? Not once. Just during a timeout.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a very good-looking huddle. It was a little sloppy, a little disorganized.
Not much practice.
No. 3rd and inches for the Comets at the Marquette 13-yard line. Eaton takes the snap, hands it to Dahl. Bad exchange, but Dahl finally came up with the football and gains a yard to pick up the first down, the 20th of the night for the Comets. And now every time you look at the clock, you wonder why there's still so much time left. 3:21 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Greenville is 2 for 2 in the passing department here in the second half. going primarily with the run. But every time they get a first down, they stop the clock to move the sticks. Now rolling with 3:10 remaining third quarter. 1st and 10 Comets at the Marquette 12. They run a crossing counter to Dahl, and he dives forward for a gain of a yard.
That's the first time they've run that crossing counter.
And the Explorers weren't fooled.
No.
Two receivers wide right, another receiver wide left. A running back to each side of Eaton, who stands back in the shotgun. They take their time getting the play called. 2nd and 9, Comets at the Marquette 11. They run the crossing counter this time to Maurer, and he has some running room inside the 5 down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 10 on that carry for Maurer, and that time the crossing counter worked. And does he? Well, it wasn't a gain of 10. It was a gain of 8, and it's going to be 3rd and inches at the 3 of the Explorers. Greenville leading 43-14 inside of 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter, and they're knocking on the door here. 3rd and a yard. Here is the give to Dahl, and Dahl dances into the end zone from 3 yards out for another touchdown, and the Comets score again. Brian Dahl with another touchdown. He scored the last 3 for the Comets. And it comes with 1:46 remaining in the third quarter. Increases Greenville's lead to 49-14, and Blake Tebby will try to add point number 50. The snap, the spot, the kick. It's up, it's high, it's long, and it's good. And now Greenville has scored 43 unanswered points after once trailing Marquette 14-7. 1:46 remaining in the third quarter. It's Greenville 50, Marquette 14. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
When you use Tycon Builders for any project, no matter how big or small, they don't decide when the job is finished, you do. They won't even accept final payment for your project until you're 100% satisfied. Tycon Builders is a locally owned and operated company, so when they work on a home, they're working on the home of a neighbor, and they want to make sure their neighbors are happy. For home improvements, small or large, call Tycon Builders for a free estimate. 465-7335. Tycon Builders. Cross the bridge to quality.
Make life easy for yourself at the United Methodist Village.
With no more stairs and no more home upkeep in a spacious apartment or villa home, with no upfront endowment and just one monthly fee, you stay in control of your finances. Now that's easy and smart. Countryside living that is fun, neighborly, and only minutes from the Clark Bridge. The United Methodist Village, where living is easy.
I only wish I'd have moved here sooner.
Coming into this game, Greenville had outscored their opponents 133-30 on the season. Now it's 183-44. And now Greenville recovers the kick as one of the up men for the Explorers had to go off his shoulder pad, and the Panthers were there to cover it. Another Marquette turnover, their 7th of the night. 7 turnovers.
Ugly, ugly.
And the Panthers will start 1st and 10 at the Marquette 32. Greenville had given up only 30 points in their first 4 ball games. The Explorers got 14 in the first quarter. But since then, Greenville has outscored Marquette 43-0. And now we've got a new quarterback into the ball game for the Comets, and that's Brady Huber, a sophomore, 6 foot 185. But before Huber can take a snap, the Explorers want a timeout. 1:44 remaining third quarter. Greenville 50, Marquette 14, and the Comets with the football. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
What do I have to do to sell you a car?
Roberts Motors, easy to get to, just off Highway 67 or Highway 3 in Alton.
Life is busy, and that's a good thing. Olin Community Credit Union helps me keep up with convenient checking services like free online banking and bill pay, 5 area locations, and free ATMs. They even provide extra deposit insurance to keep my money safe and sound. I know I can count on them, and that helps me give 100% to the people who are counting on me. Call Olin Community Credit Union today or visit them online at olincreditunion.org. Trust me, you'll be glad you did.
With John Rogers, Sam Stem back at Public School Stadium in Alton. The last 43 points of this ball game have been scored by the Greenville Comets, who at one time trailed 14-7. They now lead it 50-14, and they have the football at the Marquette 33-yard line, 1st and 10. Game 2 of our broadcast doubleheader tonight here on WBGZ Alton. Alton at Granite City. Tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock, Sports Talk with Brent Berkland. At noon, CM and Waterloo. Complete play-by-play coverage of tonight's game in the Mississippi Valley Conference. And then at 2 o'clock, the broadcast Illinois at Ohio State. Here is the give right up the middle, then finding the right sideline. The running back takes it all the way down to the Explorer 15-yard line on the carry.
Brad Perry.
And Perry picks up 17 on that carry. And another first down for the Comets, their 22nd of the night. It's Perry in the backfield with the sophomore quarterback, Brady Huber. 1st and 10 Comets at the Marquette 16-yard line. 1:15 and counting remaining here in the third quarter. Here's Perry, tries to turn the left corner, sidesteps a tackler. He's at the 15, he's at the 10, 5, and bounced out of bounds at about the 2-yard line. So a gain of 14 on that carry for Perry. And another first down, the 23rd of the night for the Comets. 1st and goal at the Explorer 2. Clock stopped with 1:09 remaining here in the third quarter. If Greenville scores here, the mercy rule will go in effect and the clock will run for the remainder of the game. Here is the give to Perry, and Perry is hit and brought down after a short gain. He might have gained a yard on that carry. That'll be 2nd and goal just outside the 1. Checking out of the ball game for the Explorers, Jacob Carver. 2nd and goal at the 1. Huber marks out the signals, takes the snap, hands it to Perry. He breaks a tackle and struggles toward the end zone and is brought down just shy, so officially no gain on the play, although he did advance the football about a half yard. 3rd and goal at the 1. Perry was hit that time right after he took the handoff, but broke the tackle, stayed on his feet, dived for the end zone, and came up just shy. And now that they're going to let the final seconds tick off the third quarter clock. And after 3 quarters of play, the score is Greenville 50, Marquette 14. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
The more your life changes, the more your insurance needs change. I'm Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance. In just minutes, I can conduct a free personal insurance review to help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you, with no costly gaps or overlaps. Interested? Call me, Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance, today at 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
Supplier Pricing Plus at the East Side's newest and one of the largest Chevy dealerships, Jack Schmidt Chevy of Wood River, with 14 acres of selection and more selection. Now all with Supplier Pricing Plus. Save $8,165 on a new 09 half-ton Silverado. A new 09 Malibu LS, just $18,600. Hit the road with Jack Schmidt, with over 14 acres of service, selection, and savings.
Hit the road with Jack
Schmidt Chevy, Wood River, Illinois.
Todd Hutchinson is going to improve to 14-0 in the regular season as the head coach of the Greenville Comets. He's in his 2nd season. They went undefeated last year, and they'll go to 5-0 this year as they lead 50-14 as we get ready to start the fourth quarter here at Public School Stadium in Alton. Next week, Greenville travels to Pana. Then they close out against Roxana, East Alton, Wood River, and Vandalia. And they very well may be on their way to another 9-0. One of these days, Todd Hutchinson will lose a regular season game and his world will come crashing down on him. 3rd and goal, Greenville at the Marquette 1-yard line. Brady Huber, the sophomore quarterback, hands it to Perry, and Perry walks in for the touchdown. Brad Perry, his first touchdown of the night. That is the 8th touchdown of the night for Greenville. And their lead is now 56-14. And if they convert this extra point, they will have scored 50 unanswered points. Again, we keep reminding you that late in the first quarter, Marquette led 14-7. Since then, it's been 49 unanswered points by the Comets, and it may be 50 if Blake Tebby can hit this extra point attempt. The snap, the spot, the kick, it's up, it's high, it's long, and it's good, and it is 50 unanswered points for the Comets. 11:55 remaining in the fourth quarter. Greenville 57, Marquette 14. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
The more your life changes, the more your insurance needs change. I'm Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance. In just minutes, I can conduct a free personal insurance review to help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you, with no costly gaps or overlaps. Interested? Call me, Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance, today at 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
Coming into this game, Greenville had scored 133 points in 4 games. They've scored 57 here tonight, almost 50% of the total they scored in the first 4. They had allowed only 30. They've allowed 14 here tonight, almost 50% of their total in the first 4, but I don't think they're going to complain about that. Leading Marquette 57-14 early in the fourth quarter. Marquette has committed 7 turnovers, and Greenville has done very little wrong. And now, Mauer's short kick, and again the Explorers fumble it, and a pile-up, and I'm not so sure that Greenville might not have gotten it again. Maybe not. They did. They did! Marquette's 8th turnover of the night. Holy smokes. Their 5th fumble to go with 3 interceptions, 8 turnovers on the night, 4 in the first half, 4 here in the second half. And now the clock will run to the conclusion of this game. It'll only stop on official timeouts, changes of possession, and after scoring plays. How many more points can Greenville score? Marquette's defense has been on the field all night. Here is the give. Perry working the right side. Perry still on his feet inside the 30, down to the 29-yard line. A gain of about 6 on that carry for Brad Perry, who is spelling Brian Dahl, who rushed 22 times for 167 yards. 2nd and 4 for the Comets at the Marquette 29-yard line. Brady Huber, the sophomore quarterback, led the last touchdown drive. Marquette now has fumbled 2 straight kickoffs. Actually muffed the kickoffs more than fumbled, but now the Explorers, I think, jumped offside. Now it's procedure against the Comets. Only their 4th penalty of the night. It's hard to figure who's going to beat Greenville in the final 4 weeks of the season. Then they'll go into the 3A playoffs.
Not with their schedule.
They're ranked 7th in the state in Class 3A. And they'll make a serious run in the playoffs, you can bet. 2nd and 8, Greenville at the Marquette 34-yard line. Brady Huber Takes the snap, turns, hands it to Perry, and Perry is hit for about a 2-yard loss on that play. As Marquette now is just keying on that running back, saying, we don't think you're going to throw it, with a 43-point lead and a sophomore quarterback in the game. 3rd and 10, Comets, just outside the Marquette 35-yard line. The clock rolling with 9:20 remaining. Well, Marquette will have to regroup. They're going to fall to 2-3, and they have to go to Litchfield next week. A couple of weeks ago, Southwestern went to Litchfield and got hammered. Now the give once again to Perry, and this time he loses about 3. As not only is the mercy rule in effect in terms of the timing, but I think Todd Hutchinson's showing a little bit of mercy here, as now he sends the punting team onto the field. There's no reason to throw the football in this situation, but Marquette keying on that running back, and he can't get anything going now. So Maurer back in punt formation.
Maybe the best thing is to kick the ball and see if Marquette can handle it.
Well, you don't. Now we'll have a delay of game penalty against Greenville, as they had trouble getting the right personnel into the game because they've got an awful lot of underclassmen into the football game, and apparently nobody was quite clear who was supposed to be out there on the punt team. But, well, see, you have to handle a kickoff. You don't have to handle a punt. Well, they might just get away from it here, and that happens. Now heavy pressure, and Maurer gets the kick away, and the Explorers do get away from it. And it rolls inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line. And the Explorer offense back out onto the field. Marquette with 8 turnovers in this football game. 4 in the first half, 4 in the second half. And Greenville has scored the last 50 points of the ball game after trailing 14-7 late in the first quarter. So the Explorers now with the offense back out onto the field, and it appears that Dalton Halm now is going to take over a quarterback from Marquette. Halm, of course, started at quarterback in the first 3 games of the season. After the senior Keenan Eberlin had injured an ankle, now Marquette had 12 men in the huddle, as they had confusion as to who ought to be in the football game, and so they'll draw a 5-yard penalty because you can't have 12 men in the huddle. Marquette's 6th penalty of the night. 1st and 15 Explorers from their own 9-yard line. And here's Dalton Halm trying to run the option to the right side, and he's thrown for a loss of a couple. Well, typically, you don't want to schedule the best team on your schedule for your homecoming game, but the Explorers really didn't have much choice.
No, they didn't.
With only 4 home games and starting with 2 home games, this was about the logical choice for the homecoming, unless they had wanted to wait a couple of weeks.
Was it Roxana, I think, is the last?
I think East Alton Wood River. I think we play at Roxana later in the season. 2nd and 16 for the Explorers. Now Halm trying to sweep the left side on his feet out to the 15-yard line. A gain of about 9 on that carry for Dalton Halm. But I was about to ask you, can you ever remember a drubbing like this in the homecoming game?
No, the only drubbing I've had this bad was, I think about 1967. Alton beat us 70-6, something like that. Back in your day.
In 67, I was still in grade school.
Oh.
I was in the 7th grade. I was 18 years old, but I was in the 7th grade.
I thought that's what it was.
Now Halm trying to run with the football again. This time loses about 3 yards. And it's going to be 4th and 10 for the Explorers, and they send the punting team onto the field. No, actually, I was a slightly better than average student.
Well, you were an excellent student, Sam. If we could wake you up.
Well, now, wait a minute. You only had me in PE class. Did I sleep through PE
Yes,
class?
you did.
It must have been because you swallowed your whistle, because usually you had the whistle blowing loud enough nobody could sleep. All right. Well, the Explorers now need a timeout as they had trouble getting the right personnel onto the field. It comes with 4:25 remaining in the fourth quarter. It's Greenville 57, Marquette 14. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
There's a long pass. It looks like it's going to be overthrown. Oh, the receiver dashes under the ball and makes the catch. Touchdown!
Where did he get that extra burst of speed? That off-season training really paid off.
Alton Memorial Hospital's Human Motion Institute Sports Performance helps athletes maximize their potential and improve their game. With sports performance training, you'll leap higher, run faster, and throw farther. Learn more at altonmemorialhospital.org. Human Motion Institute Sports Performance, building better athletes.
Hi, George Weber. Weber Chevrolet's year-end clearance is underway, making now a great time to save money when you buy and when you drive. Through the end of the month, we are offering the highest sales incentives of the year. And no matter what you hear in the media, believe me, our financing is still as available and aggressive as it's ever been, if not more. Combine that with our great incentives and you have the lowest payments of the year. And that's just the start of the great values at Weber Chevrolet in Granite City, Illinois. Or check us out on the web at webergc.com.
Dalton Holmes stands at his own goal line in punt formation, gets a good snap. Wish he'd have gotten one like that in Hillsboro. And gets the kick away. And the Comets fumble the football and cover it. Maurer covers it at the Explorer 48-yard line. And Brady Huber and the second-team offense for the Comets will come back out onto the field. I recently received an email from a former classmate of mine who shall remain nameless. It was a copy of a letter that he had written to Pete Hayes at the Telegraph in reaction to Pete Hayes' article about Greg DeCourcy, who retired after how many years as the Explorer head baseball coach. Now Huber takes a snap. Oh, there's another fumble, and they pick it up and cover it. But at any rate, this former classmate of mine shared with Pete Hayes an incident that, quite frankly, I don't remember, that this former classmate termed as some sadistic behavior on your part. When we were sophomores, you were our PE teacher, and you made us run some sprints, and he made it out to be some kind of a sadistic exercise. I suspect probably what happened was we were screwing around. And you decided to teach us a little lesson, and why this fella felt the need to share this with Pete Hayes, like whether he thought Pete Hayes was going to run some kind of an expose about you making sophomores run sprints in PE class, but I was quite amused. Actually, I probably ought to forward it to you so you can relive the moment too. As I said, I don't remember it because it happened so many years ago. It didn't make the impression on me that it did on him. Now here is Huber, the quarterback for Greenville, on the carry. Or is it? No, it's number 9, Kyle Washburn. And Washburn picks up about 8 on that carry. That's how bad this game is right here, that I have to share anecdotes like that with you. Do you ever remember making us run sprints in gym class?
Yeah,
but we deserved it, right?
The only reason you ran sprints was because you were jerking around.
I don't think I was.
And you had some jerks in your class.
Now Washburn on the carry. Picks up 5 and a first down for the Comets, their 24th of the night, as the clock continues to roll with 1:40 remaining. What do you think about the timekeeper here tonight? This clock's just moving awful slow. Is there a fast and a slow button over there? Can you hit the fast instead of the slow?
He's asleep over there.
Well, he may as well be. He's not supposed to be stopping the clock, which I don't think he has. I think he's just got it on super slow-mo. Here's the give, and the ball carrier this time dragging tacklers with him inside the 20, down to the inside the 30, down to the 25-yard line. And the ball carrier that time was number 36, and John Smith. He's a junior, 5'10", 158, and he dragged about 4 linemen 5 yards. Another first down, 25 on the night for the Comets. That's unofficial, and now Huber just takes, or that's Washburn, I guess, now quarterback, and he just takes a knee. Washburn is a junior, so he got some few snaps at quarterback. And the Comets will take one more knee and go to 5-0. The Explorers will fall to 2-3 and need a win next week at Litchfield. Marquette will have to win 3 of its final 4 games to become playoff eligible. But that's not beyond the realm of possibility. The final 5 seconds tick off. The final score, Greenville 57, Marquette 14. Stay tuned. Game 2 of our broadcast doubleheader, Alton at Granite City. We'll be back to wrap it up from Public School Stadium in Alton in just a moment. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Jack Schmidt Chevrolet, the #1 GM certified dealer in Southern Illinois. Olin Community Credit Union, exceeding member expectations since 1934. Tycon Builders, 25 years of quality construction services. Alton Memorial Hospital, the best health care close to home. United Methodist Village, where living is easy. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Weber Granite City Chevrolet, Buy American. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof.